My name is Yewande Adebayo, and I'm honored to be the host for today's program. I welcome you all to today's program. The Ministry of Interior, and in collaboration with the Foundation for Moral and Rehabilitation, present to you the history-making program of today, which is the Digital Empowerment and Values Correctional Program, DEVAC P. And yes, I would like to also welcome you and say thank you for participating in today's program. And we are going to be starting the program with the anthem of Nigeria. Welcome back, all. And I would like for Mrs. Iretiola Adebayo Olubi to give us the opening prayer for today. She is the Executive Director for the Foundation for Moral Reorientation. Mrs. Iretiola, kindly give us the opening prayer of the day.
Like you know, the second stanza of the national anthem is a prayer. So we're just going to do the second stanza of the national anthem.
All
so
right, ma'am.
Let us pray. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide our leaders right. Help our youths the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow. Living just and truth. Great lofty heights attain. To build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Amen.
Thank you very much for the prayer, ma'am. Thank you very much. As we proceed to the program of the day, I will be introducing the dignitaries and the guest of the day. And I'm going to be starting with the Honourable Minister of Interior, in person of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. Thank you very much, sir. I commend you for bringing up and for collaborating in this great program. It is so very wonderful. Thank you so very much, sir. And I would also commend Mrs. Iretiola Adebayo Olubi for this great initiative. Thank you very much and welcome to the program, ma'am. Furthermore, I would like to welcome Rear Admiral P.S. Adeniyi, the Chairman, Board of Directors and Trustee for the Foundation of Moral Values. Furthermore, I would like to welcome and acknowledge the presence of Mr. Jafar Ahmed. He is the Controller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service. Yes, and I have here Mr. Mienye Badejo, the Deputy Director for Labor, Nigeria Electronic Exchange. And also here with us, we have Mrs. She is the Nigerian Country Director. Hello, ma'am. Kantini. I appreciate your presence and thank you for joining us on this program for the day. And also, I would love to welcome and to appreciate every participant and every person that is present for today's program. I would love to appreciate the presence of Mr. Olakunle Timeyi, is the General Manager for Cisco. Also, Mr. Imo Akpan, the Program Manager for Cisco Networking Academy, and Mr. Abdulaziz Sadiu, the head of engineering for Cisco, Ms. Fumi Koka, the head of collaboration for Cisco. I would also appreciate and welcome Mr. Ade Obatoyinbo, the MD Cummins West African Limited. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence today. And finally, Mr. Ifeyinwa Alex. He's the CAR's manager, Cummins West African Limited. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all our dignitaries, to all our guests and participants. Thank you for joining us on this history-making program. I welcome you all to the program for today. Thank you. And I would like for Mrs. Iretiola Olubi to commence with the program by telling us about FMCR and DEVAC P. Mrs. Iretiola, on to you, ma'am.
So thank you very much, Wande. I want to acknowledge the presence of the Honourable Minister for Interior, as well as acknowledge the Controller General, Nigeria Correctional Service, and greetings to all other of our special guests. The Foundation for Moral Value Orientation, as our name is, basically, we're all about value orientation. But we found out that you can't walk up to people and just say you want to teach values. You have to give them something substantial, something that they can work with, even as you try to instill values. So we had to adapt a program that enables us teach some kind of skill, hard skill, as well as the soft skill, which is the values. One of the programs we use to deliver this is called the Digital Path. And under the Digital Path, we have the Digital Inclusion Program, where the DEVAC P was birthed. As the name is, the DEVAC P is a digital inclusion program targeted at the correctional centers in Nigeria. The program started in 2018 in Lagos when Tunde Ladipo was the controller here. We got the approval to commence training in Lagos. And we started with the 5 custodial facilities in Lagos. We made good progress, but like you know, the progress would have been very slow if we had to activate center by center. In 2019, we were given funding by Rise Up to advocate that training to be deployed throughout Nigeria. And the success of that advocacy is basically why we're having this launch today. In the course of our training in Lagos, we encountered small challenges with high turnover of systems, because we had to keep moving our systems back and forth. So one of the things we decided was that there was a need to have definite centers for our trainings rather than going back and forth with the systems, which gave rise to the need to also ask for centers to be deployed within the correctionals. And that approval was also given under the auspices of the Honourable Minister of Interior and the CG of the NCoS. On the backdrop of that is why we're launching this. With the approvals, we can now deploy not just the training, but also centers in the entire 36 states and the FCT. To date, we have trained in awareness, both officers and inmates, about 800 officers altogether from 2018, 2,171 inmates, the 71 being female inmates. We've also we had 90 inmates sign up for the web design trainings, and of that, we have 25 who are trainee web developers at the moment and are currently building their skills in the Slack area or tool. Also, we have 62 certified digital marketers, that's inmate digital marketers. We have 7 who are currently in the alumni who have been released and are currently, we're currently working with them outside of the correctional. Of this number, 4 have used their skill, the digital skills they've gotten, to actually begin to earn a living while on the outside. The project has made huge strides, and more can be articulated and achieved. I believe that with this launch, it would help in further amplifying the work that is being done within the correctional. Thank you.
And also, I would love for the CG to address us.
The corrections, Jafar Rahman would have wished to be here in this visual conference. He has gone to Kaduna for another official function. Usually our cadets will be passing out tomorrow, so therefore he has mandated me, therefore, to represent him. He sends his best wishes to every participant. Let me recognize the Honourable Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, finding time to be with us here. I also wish to recognize the presence of participants and the initiators of this all-important conference. It is with great delight that I welcome you all to this virtual launch and conference. The conference is very apt at this time, especially when the COVID-19 has brought about a new way of doing things virtually rather than physically. The Nigeria Correctional Service has one of its mandates, the responsibility in identifying the existence and causes of antisocial behavior of inmates, conducting risk and needs assessments aimed at developing appropriate correctional treatment methods for reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration, implementing reformation and rehabilitation programs to enhance the integration of inmates back into the society in our custody, and empowering inmates through the deployment of education and vocational training programs, and facilitating incentives and income generation through custodial centers, farms, and industries, as provided in Section 10, subsection D, E, F, and H of the Nigerian Correctional Service Act of 2019. This launch and conference will avail both inmates and staff the opportunity to acquire knowledge on the application of information communication technology in productivity through the deployment of ICT. Digital Economic Value Skill Correctional Project, we know that it prepared the re-entry of ex-offender back into the society gainfully employed. B, it will help reduce recidivism as offenders going back to custodial centers. C, the offenders will be monitored and certified as ICT specialists even after they are discharged. D, improving the officer's skill in emerging technology. E, officers will be more proficient in service delivery through the use of ICT. And F, they will have the opportunity through the skills acquired to empower themselves educationally online. I want to thank the Executive Director of Foundation for Moral Value for embarking on this project with the Nigeria Correctional Service since April 2018 and for making remarkable contributions towards inmates' reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration back into the society as gainfully employed citizens. Now that we are expanding to more custodial centers in the country, which implies that more inmates will benefit from this laudable project, I encourage you all to take advantage of this opportunity to upgrade your skills in the use of emerging technology. Finally, I wish you all a fruitful deliberation during this conference. Thank you for listening.
Right now, I would like to welcome and acknowledge the presence of the Honourable Minister of Interior in person of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for bringing up this great initiative. Thank you for collaborating with the Foundation for Moral Values. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Welcome on board, sir.
My address is titled Promoting Effective Corrections for Inmates. It gives me great pleasure. It gives me great pleasure to be part of this virtual meeting. The virtual launch and press conference on digital empowerment and value correctional program. I must thank them value this program for the kind invitation of it. Deliver the address. Regrettably, I won't be part of this because I have several other things to do. I'm here with you with spirit, and I appreciate the program being launched. Is an empowerment scheme that complements government efforts at reforming the inmates at our custodial centers and keeping them with life-sustaining skills that will make them better members of the society and useful to themselves because they can work and earn a decent living. This is the essence of correction. And this is the focus and main objective of the new Correctional Act. One of the reasons convicts suffer recidivism after they are released from custody is what probably drove they were unemployed, and this was reinforced by poor ethical and moral upbringing. The infrastructure of the mind was deficient. Their sense of right and wrong will not be properly developed, or they might just choose to take the wrong path, which is usually the least line of resistance in the face of existential challenges. Though poverty and criminality are often associated, and it has been established in all developments of crime, we should not make a law of it too. This is because not all poor, unemployed people are criminals and will even delve into crime. There are myriads of poor and unemployed people who are upright citizens and looking for livelihood. We should support and encourage them. We should not neglect them because they do not constitute any immediate threat to society. However, for our purpose, there will be a remnant whose tolerance threshold will be very low, who will find crimes attractive out of poverty, idleness, and terrible upbringing. When they are apprehended and convicted and find themselves in correctional centers, they need to essence of our new law on custodial management. And only to a deep reflection on his or her life, regret being a menace to society, and decide to take a new leaf. But they must be assisted in this endeavor. The environment must be conducive. And more importantly, they must be equipped with vocational skills and assisted to start life afresh. This has been the new thrust of correction and the basis for the concept from prison connotes physical holding and loss of liberty as a punishment group, or society. Correction, however, is to hold and provide the environment for reflection, change of heart, reorientation, reformation, rehabilitation, and re-energization. This is why we have created an acute vocational workshops for the following trades: welding, weaving, masonry, furniture, farming, tailoring, barbing, and bakery in our custodial centers. We have also started graduate degree programs in the Nigerian Correctional Service. Currently, inmates are running various degree and post-degree programs in the facilities available or provided in our custodial centers. About 1,000 inmates have also been enrolled for the WAEC and NCoS examinations. The several custodial centers, while we put in place additional training institutions for young offenders, male and female, in each state of the Federation. We have also encouraged agriculture and farming. We reactivated custodial farm centers for large-scale agricultural production in piggery, fishing, cattle rearing, and poultry in different parts of the country. 3 custodial farm centers have been selected for large-scale farming based on comparative advantage. They are Kujama Farm in Kaduna for maize, Nakushi Farm in Plateau State for rice, Osala Farm in Edo for oil palm. We have all tractors, combined harvesters, implements to enhance agricultural production in the custodial farm centers. The concept being launched on digital skill acquisition is forward-looking and a great and invaluable complement to government's program. Information communication technology is the future. The richest person in the world, they are people like Bill Gates, who is the founder of Microsoft, Larry Page, founder of Google, Jerry Yang, Yahoo, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Jack Ma, Alibaba, Reed Hastings, Netflix, and the latest entrant, Eric Yuan, who founded Zoom, and many more. With the necessary skills acquired, laptop or an Android phone connected to the internet, office space may not be more than a seat on the bed. There are vast opportunities from producing digital handbills to online middleman marketing and video production. Very many. The opportunities are huge without going to crime, I must say. Another caveat is needed here. The moral training position. There are vast opportunities for terrorism and financial crime in IT. Hacking into bank accounts, blackmail and extortion, advanced fee fraud, selling non-existent products, and fake marriage proposals and sundry other scams are just a few of the abuses to which IT can be put. So, the moral training of those that we are going to give this skill to must be very, very vigorous and complete. It takes some time to grow business, and some may not have the diligence, resilience, and the patience needed for a successful entrepreneurial practice. Once again, I commend the effort and the initiative. I must commend also the agencies that have indicated their willingness to partner with the program. I wish this initiative a huge success. I thank you all for your attention and to cope with me. Thank you and God bless.
All right. I said I would love to commend the Minister, Honourable Minister of Interior, in person of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for collaborating with this great initiative. Thank you for putting all of those wonderful works together. Thank you so much for this time. Really appreciate your time and being with us on the program here today. Thank you so much, sir. And also, I would love to share with us, now we are going to be sharing the success stories of the beneficiaries of the foundation with us now.
All right, thank you all very much for joining. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right, so very quickly, we want to take you through some of the success stories of what has been going on the foundation for the last 2 to 3 years. Prior to the kind approval of the Honourable Minister, as well as the Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service, to scale this across Nigeria, we have been running a pilot quite successfully in the prisons or the correctional facilities in Lagos. So these results we want to share with everyone on the call on this meeting is pretty much just to say this is from 2 to 3 correctional facilities here in Lagos. So our objective is to show how far we've gone in the last 2.5 to 3 years, and we will go through this very, very quickly. So again, this just to show you in very quick form the number of people we have trained. We have trained over 800 officers of the Nigeria Correctional Service in digital skills. We have trained 2,100 inmates in this same period. Of these 2,100, we have trained successfully 71 female inmates. And as mentioned by our executive director, we have moved people from the general training to begin to do dives and specialized training in various digital skills. And we have 90 of them enrolled in web design presently. Again, this would have been much more, but for the lockdown the COVID-19 and the response that it required has sort of put a dampener in our activities. These results are up till March of this year before the lockdown. This was a training site sometime in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. There was a team from FMVR that went to the Nigerian Prison Service Academy to train key officers. And this was a training that took place during that time, where they were taught about awareness of the importance of digital skills. And this was conducted by the ED. And this was the graduating class that had this event in 2019. This training takes place not just in the academy, but takes place time to time within the correctional facilities themselves. These are all officers being trained and being spoken to about digital skills. It's important for us. We realize that it is necessary that the correctional officers themselves are adequately are very knowledgeable and adequately updated as to the knowledge for digital skills, because they form a key partner and a key role as we train these participants. Another training, this time with the female wardens. So we've successfully onboarded 25 and had them finish a key training in Google digital skills.
Oh, web design. In web design.
50 were undergoing training before the COVID-19 lockdown. So I'll have the executive director speak to this particular slide very quickly. Over to you, ma'am.
So we've onboarded 25 in web design, and they are actually practicing. We've basically onboarded them onto a job platform. So when jobs come in, we get the jobs, and then we basically hand it over. since they don't have access to internet without us. Now, of the numbers, we have 62 who are digitally certified marketers. So we have handed certificate them. And then, like I already said, we have 7 who we've inducted into the FMVR continuous program. And we have 3 of them who are earning. I mean, they've come out and they've been able to get their own apartments and are actively engaged economically outside. Of the 4 females that we're engaging with, we've had to focus on 1 because 3 of them are in Badagry. Badagry is really far, and due to our constraints, we've had to just fix on 1, and then she does the visitation for the other 3. She's been inducted into the Train the Trainer program, and in fact was able to secure trainings, one with OPE that was supposed to have held in April, but for the lockdown. I mean, that's our story, the journey so far, and the successes we've been able to articulate. In the alumni currently, we have one of our ex in the alumni who is specializing in data science, and we've begun to get inquiries for research, and that is passed on to him to handle. So the advantage of the training is that when they come out, they don't need to look for jobs. They themselves are actively engaged without having to look for jobs or looking for people to engage them. They can engage remotely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We just have a few more. Okay, we just have a few more videos to quickly show. We'll just go to that very quickly. These are trainings of actual inmates in the correctional facilities in Lagos. We've also had the experience of also providing certifications for inmates even while they are still incarcerated before release. This is in the Lagos Correctional in Ikoyi, and this was an award ceremony during which they were given their digital skills certificate that they received having finished the Google training, the Google Digital Skills for Africa. The Google skill platform that we use actually grades them, and after they are done, they receive certificates. Moving forward, after release, a couple of them have actually received laptops, such that even after incarceration and after release, they are actually able to begin work on the things they have learned and begin to make a living from there. This was one of them who started his training in the correctional facility, was released. He was released because he was found innocent, was one of those with awaiting trial. And as soon as he came out, we equipped him with a laptop for him to begin his work. I believe he's actually on this call, and maybe later we'll have the opportunity to hear him speak. So we just have a few videos to play.
What is your name? Tell us about the training.
My name is Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. The training is quite enlightening from the starting of the training. That's awareness. I think I can tell you that I was able to gain a lot of things. From my spending on the internet before, I thought I was doing something better, but not until when the Foundation for Moral Value came in, I can now know to maximize my spending on internet. In fact, on the training side of it, I've gained a lot of things that can aid in my business, because I have a diverse business that before I spent quite a lot of money on getting people to know me without the internet. But when the Moral Value Foundation came, I was able to gain a lot of things. So how I can go into to the business and to advance myself and to have the feeling of internet so far. So, and the certification training that I started there, and when on the answer questions, in fact, a kind of a tremendous achievement for me here in prison. So I think I can be able to learn more on this subject matter. So I think.
3, 2, 1, and action. I am Sakius Nchofa. I am happy to be here. I encounter the Foundation for Moral Value and Orientation from Ikoyi prison, where I was detained there on trump of allegations. I was actually adopted from Cross River State to Ikoyi prison on trump of charges, but thank God the Federal High Court finally discharged and acquitted me. So I encountered the Foundation for Moral Value in Ikoyi prison, where I started with digital skills for Africa, fundamental digital skills for Africa. I started studying the program. From the awareness phase, I got interested, and I picked up the study with the foundation, and I made a certificate. And as I came out, I got in touch with the foundation. Me and my casemates, 3 of them, we got in touch with the foundation and were introduced to the IBM platform. And we started some courses on the IBM platform during the Explorer stages, which I've done and have completed 10 of them successfully and having the badges. So there have been some difficulties in the study concerning the system, the lack of the system, since I came out from prison and I lost everything that I had. So I was invited to come to the office.
The Google certification program has been impactful in so many ways. First, it's opened my eyes to the business world and to the opportunities I have in promoting my business. I have come to realize that in order to grow my business, I need to be active. I need to have an active online presence. With this idea, I can take my business from where it currently is to the next level. It has taught me a whole lot, especially using search engines.
Thank you for your time and for listening to some of our success stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for putting us through the success story. Thank you for sharing that with us. I must say that is very commendable. More grace to your elbow. That is a very good one. I would say thumbs up, and I will doff my hat for you. That's really, really a good initiative. I applaud you. Thank you so much. Going on, I would love for Mrs. Teresa Effa to give us some remarks in regards to today's program. Hello, Mrs. Teresa. Can you hear me, ma?
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Thank you for staying with us on today's program. Thank you for your presence. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
And thank you for inviting me to share a few thoughts about this event. I would like to first recognize the Honourable Minister of Interior, the Controller General of Nigeria Correctional Services, the Managing Director of Cummins West Africa, and of course, my dear friend who has made me so proud today, Mrs. Ireti. I actually feel like a proud mother today. You know, a proud mother who sees her daughter or son come home with all straight A's from her WAEC or his WAEC exams. I feel that way today because I have been opportune to work with Ireti and her team to be able to generate the results we see today. Like you had heard before, I work with Rise Up as a country director, and Rise Up works with leaders like Ireti and her organization to transform their lives, to transform their communities. We work with people like Ireti who are passionate about creating change in their environment. And we do this by working in partnership with organizations and corporate bodies such as Cummins. So today, this project we see is funded by Cummins through Rise Up. We started this journey with Ireti in 2018 when we identified her as a passionate fellow who wanted to create a lot of change in the correctional center. And we identified her and many other civil society leaders like her. And we had discussions and decided that we were going to implement each activities within their communities that would change the lives of women, girls, and youth within their communities. So today, what we see is a demonstration of what Rise Up does with leaders such as Ireti and many more. I want to also state that Rise Up has been working in Nigeria for over 6 years now, and we are proud to say that this is the second successful project we have done with the Correctional Center. The first was done was to establish health units in correctional centers in Kefi, Lafia, and Nasarawa State, and that was done in 2014 and 2016. So I'm happy that we have this opportunity to continue to complement government efforts and to actually be able to address people normally who would not be at the forefront of issues such as prisoners and those in correctional centers. So it gives me really great pleasure today to be associated with this project. When Ireti talked to us about starting a pilot and showing how a pilot and training officers of the Correctional Service and also inmates of the correctional centers to demonstrate that this can actually work and that these people can be given skills that they would also be able to use when they serve their term. So today I am happy that the Honourable Minister, the Controller General have also seen the prospects of this project and are accepting to adopt and launch it across the country. And I believe that at the end of this project, or as we continue to implement this project, a lot more and thousands of women and men in the correctional center will have skills that will move them forward when they complete their term. So I want to thank you very much, but most importantly, I want to thank our partners, Cummins, West Africa, for providing the funding and also the enablement to execute this project. So thank you very much for your time, and I wish all of us a successful implementation of this project.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Teresa. Thank you for putting us through. Thank you for sharing with us all of the works. I also say a very big thank you for doing this to humanity. It's a good one. I will commend your efforts. Thank you very much. It's a very good one. Furthermore, I would love for a representative of Cisco. Hello, Mr. Abdulaziz.
Good afternoon. I would like to recognize the Honourable Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, and also the Controller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service. All other protocols observed. I'm indeed happy to be a part of this novel event, and I would like to congratulate Ireti Ola for being very, very steadfast in our focus on delivering on this. You know, it's huge. Congratulations. It's been a long time coming, but indeed we are very happy to be a part of this as Cisco, partnering with you and your team, as well as the other collaborators on this bond. Having said that, Cisco has always supported national prisons or correctional services over time. The first time we did that was in Milan with the government of Italy in 2001. And since that time, we've done in several countries in the US, etc. And with Nigeria now being the prime focus. So indeed, we are grateful for the opportunity to take part in the direction that has been taken by the service around correctional and improving our whole penal code and system going forward, giving prisoners a chance to be able to contribute to society and delivering on predictable social outcomes by making them to be, as the minister, Honourable Minister rightly said, to be part of the process of contributing to the economy and having the capacity to produce. Digital is always the way to go. We also believe that digital outcomes and indeed access to education that is being provided, especially digital education that's been provided through this initiative, will deliver the equalizing effect that we need out there. Because education provides that great equalizer to all. So once again, congratulations, Ireti. I believe this is the start and expect to do many more great things together, working together with you in this partnership. Once again, thank you and God bless.
Good afternoon, everyone. My regards to the Honourable Minister for Interior, the DG of Correctional Services, and every other panelist, industry players, even the team from FMVR. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on this call. As you know, Cummins is a power generation company that manufactures diesel and gas engines. And we are very, very focused on building our communities. It's embedded in our mission, which is building a more prosperous world. So for us as an organization, supporting NGOs within our community is key. Please let me know if you can still hear me.
Please go ahead.
For us in Cummins, yes, supporting NGOs and improving the lifestyle of persons in communities where we live and operate is very key for us. Part of our core values is in caring, and through this means we partner with international and local NGO players to ensure that we are providing, whether it's through education, through equality of opportunity, or environmental projects. And how do we do this? We leverage partnerships like we have with Rise to identify key NGOs that are driving impact across different focus areas, whether it's in driving equality of opportunity, providing driving gender balanced environment, whether it's advocating for advocating against child marriages and so on. There are just a lot of things that Cummins as an organization is interested in. And we really appreciate the DG of Correctional Services and also the Minister for taking on this project and supporting FMVR and Mrs. Ireti and her team to ensure that this is implemented within the correctional centers across Nigeria. We are really, really excited. Looking at the progress that you have made, training 800 officers, 2,100 inmates, including female inmates. This is like a huge milestone, and we're really excited about this. It's actually a privilege to be recognized like as a sponsor of this project. It's an amazing privilege, and we do not take it for granted. We are excited that there are other organizations like Cisco and other organizations that are not here that are involved in this particular project. We're excited about it. For us in Commons, providing an equal platform where everybody feels or is treated like a person first before anything is very important. And having a balanced life, ensuring that the inmates have a balanced life even after their service, and we are able to integrate them into the community is also key for us. So we want to appreciate you, Mrs. Ireti, and of course your teammates. We know being in the field, going there, speaking to people about digital literacy, about vocational training, about moral values, it's tough sometimes, but we want to appreciate you and tell you that you should keep up the great work as you go out there. We're here cheering you on, excited about the progress that you're making. We're open-minded and willing to engage with you further, to encourage you, to stand with you as you go forth. We're always happy, and we hope that this is just the beginning for you. And we hope that as you go forth, you would have more people to support you, more organizations to support you, and the government would also support you. So thank you to FMVR. Thank you to Rise Up, our key partner in this NGO advocacy project. Thank you to Cisco, who is also on this platform. Thank you to the DG of Correctional Center and Correctional Services. We really appreciate you, and thank you so much for the privilege.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Evie. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you for also being on this platform. I would also commend your contributions. It is not overlooked. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to acknowledge the presence of the representative of the IHS and also the representative of the RAC Center. Thank you for joining us on this history-making program. Thank you for being with us on this platform. Thank you so much. And going further on the program, I've got a few questions here from part of our participants, some of our participants, pardon me. I have here Mr. Banji asks, what project, and this question is actually directed to Mrs. Ireti. The question is, what project does FMVR have or is looking into doing in the near future? Are you there, ma'am?
Yes. So for the future, the DEVAC P has only just started. As you know, we're entering the implementation stage. We had hoped before the COVID lockdown, we had hoped to have 40 centers by December of 2020. That was our wish list. But as you know, a lot of organizations have had to rechannel their funding and things like that. So we're hoping to actually achieve this by 2021, to have at least, each state should have at least 2 centers. But at the moment, what we hope to do is have centers opened in Lagos, so Kirikiri Medium, Ikoyi. We want centers opened in Abuja, the Kuje Correctional, the Radicalization Center, as well as we're looking at one in Osun and one in Rivers State. So hopefully by June of 2021, we should have all of these centers up and running. So in the nearest future, because one of the ethics we teach is focus. We're not going to be everywhere. We're not just looking to have activities. We want to deep dive. So once the lockdown, with the easing of the lockdown, our focus now is to try and see how we can begin to get the centers up. So that's our focus for now.
All right, ma'am. Thank you very much. I hope Mr. Bandi is still there with us. Mrs. Mrs. They asked, what program do you have for the student of Bostal Institute? Hello, Mrs. Ireti, can you hear me, ma?
Bostal, again, the COVID lockdown has impacted a lot of the original plans for this year. We were nominated to start something called the CS Clubs. It's led by Google, so we've been nominated to do that, and where their projection is really within remand centers as well as the booster centers. So that should have started running this August, but because of the lockdown worldwide, they had to do a review, and then we'll do another review in September to see if it will be possible to do that. But the approval that we've gotten covers all of the correctionals. So we would gradually expand into those locations. One of the key things I need to state here is that our work would not have happened without the fantastic support system that we have. We have excellent volunteers who basically do what they do at practically no pay. I mean, we can't say the stipend we give is substantial enough, but they have such huge passion for it. I mean, you have people, I was sharing with someone the other day, somebody leaves his house in Morway to come and train in Ikoyi. He leaves his house at 4 a.m. to be in Ikoyi for a training at 7. The training, and then he will sit and wait until 10 when the custodial is open. And he's been doing that consistently for the last 4 to 5 months. I have people coming from Ikorodu to go and give training in Kirikiri. I mean, I have personally taken a bike from Eki Phase 1 to Kirikiri Medium to go and give a training because of the terrible gridlock. And it's not just me. So I have team members that are that committed. You know, so this work would not have gone anywhere. We won't be talking about the DEVAC P or the number of inmates that we trained without the committed support system in terms of the volunteers and the staff that do what they do. And I want to really use this opportunity because I know a lot of them are on board right now to just say thank you. So a lot of the inmates who have been trained, who are now ex, those of them who are out, will be inducted into the train the trainer program, and they will be introduced. They're the ones who will now begin to go into the correctional to do the training moving forward, because we're not just training them so that they become placemats. No, we're training them so that we'll send them back into the system to now become trainers within the system. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering the question. Thank you so much. But before you go, ma, I still have more questions for you. There's a question there's this question that says, will this project also include the juvenile correctional centers?
Yes, I already said that. So the postal as well as the remand centers. Now the remand centers, I don't think the remand centers are actually under the NCoS, but I think DCG John can answer that. But I don't think the remand centers are actually under NCoS. I'd like to invite Rear Admiral Peter Adeni, retired, to give us the vote of thanks. He is the chairman of the Foundation for Moral Value Orientation.
Well, on behalf of the executive directors, members, volunteers of Foundation for Moral Value Reorientation. I want to start with our own Honourable Minister of Interior, His Excellency Rauf Aregbesola, for his unquantifiable support since the inception of our making this program known to him. I want to thank him especially for finding time to be with us today and to give us such words of encouragement. Let me thank the Controller General of the Nigeria Correctional Services. You will recall that I personally signed a letter expressing our gratitude and appreciation for the contribution you made and your effort to ensure that we can kickstart and keep this program running. I will want to thank all our supporters, too many for me to mention here and now. I want to thank our collaborators. I want to thank those who have made even this launch to be in the first place and to make it such a huge success. Let me thank also all those who have contributed one way or the other this afternoon in form of presentation, even valuable questions, and all. Let me thank, not lastly or the least, the presenter for a very good job you've done this afternoon. Without you all, we wouldn't have been able to start talkless or getting thus far. On our own, we want to make a very solid commitment that we made our commitment, and we are committed to ensuring that we work assiduously as a team to make the necessary impact that is expected of this foundation. Once again, I thank everybody who is involved in one way or the other to make this a huge success. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the vote of thanks. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being here with us on the program today. I really appreciate your presence. Thank you very, very much, sir. And as we come to the end of the program today, I would love to say a very big thank you for all the dignitaries. Personally, I would love to thank and say a very big thank you to the Honourable Minister for Interior in person of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your selfless service. Thank you for all you do. Thank you to your office. Thank you for coming together with the Foundation for Moral Reorientation to do this great job. I would say a very big thank you. And to all our guests, to all partners, to all participants, to everybody who has been part of this great program, to everyone who has in one way or the other supported, to all participants, to everybody, I would say thank you. And personally, I would say huge thumbs up. I'd off my heart for Mrs. Iretiola. This is a very great initiative. It's a very great job. May God continually bless you. To all partners, Rise Up, Cisco, Comments, thank you for being on this great platform. Thank you for joining FMR on this great journey. I commend you all. It's a great job and well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. So we'll come to the end of the program. Thank you for participating, Miss Ify, Mr. Olatoyinbo, everyone. I would say thank you so much for joining us on today's program. I look forward to a beautiful and amazing journey with you all. Have a good afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, is Mrs. Ireti, ma'am? Hello, ma'am.
Yes, please. I'm here.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for the great job done. I hope you heard when we talked the other time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your effort. I appreciate your person. It takes a lot of courage and power to continue doing this. I really, really commend you. Thank you. And thank you for having me here on the program today. I am really honored. And to the rest of the participants, thank you also for joining and staying with us till the end of the program.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you,
Do you have
DCG John Urabure.